Now I see it. Hi, good evening. My name's Michele Pitto, and I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company. And we are so excited to have you guys on the Zoom call with us here tonight. We've got some fun speakers for you. And really, why do we do this? We're all about taking healthy back, because what we've started to accept as normal today is just not acceptable, right? Let's just talk about that. Over 750,000 people die every year of heart disease, still the number one killer in our country. Cancer's quickly catching up, as you can see. Over 600,000 people die every year of cancer. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 2 men will have cancer in his or her lifetime. That's 50% of the men, you guys. And I don't know, I have 2 boys and a husband, and that is so not acceptable to me. How about this? Our kids are expected to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. Dr. David Katz, head of preventative medicine at Yale. And, you know, all of us that have kids, grandkids, even if you don't, you've got nephews and nieces, and just so not acceptable. And we can turn this around, right? More than 29 million people in the U.S. have diabetes. And you know what we're going to talk about here real quick is the Juice Plus products, which is really whole food. And it was Hippocrates that said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And he really knew what he was talking about, right? All of our healthcare professionals take the Hippocratic Oath, and that's really synonymous with what he was talking about, to do no harm, and really the power of the plants. And when we talk about Juice Plus, we only have just a couple of products, which I love. There's not that much to know, and it's real food. Who doesn't know that fruits and vegetables are good for you? But basically, when you look at this list, I'm not going to read all these to you, but a lot of people will say, yeah, we eat pretty well. We eat quite a few fruits and veg every day. But it's been my experience in the 13 years that I've done this that most people can count on one hand the fruits that they buy and the veg that they buy. And of course, we've got the seasonal constraints to deal with, right? One of the things I love about Juice Plus, it's been on the market over 23 years. I think that's longer than some of the people on this call are probably old. We're in over 20 countries. It's vine ripened. That's so important, because we would never pull a baby out of the womb early just because it looked like it was ready, because that last week or 2 is when the brain's really developing. Well, that last week or 2 on the vine, when traditional produce is getting picked, is when all the nutrition is coming up into it. So another great aspect of Juice Plus is that the nutrition is so intense and dense. Then they juice it and they dry it with low temperature, so none of the nutrients are damaged. And we know that because of the research, which we'll talk a little bit more about after a bit. And it gets tested like 6 times. So we know that there's nothing in it that shouldn't be in it, and nothing that's on the label that is not in it, you know. And we know that through the NSF certification. Never one recall in all those 23 years. And the Children's Health Study. Ask the person that invited you on this call if you have kids between the age of 4 and a full-time undergrad college student, because they can enroll in our study, which is the largest study done on children anywhere in the world. Really over 1 million children and 1 million adults to date have been involved in this study all over the world, and the results are really amazing. I know that's what got me really, really excited when I first heard about it years ago. It was, well, before I tell you a little bit about why I got so excited about Juice Plus, let me go ahead and finish sharing with you all the products. So you can see that we also have the complete shakes. We had a list between the Juice Plus, which is the trio of fruits and veg, which comes in capsules and chewables. We also had the complete listed up there, and that's where all those different nutrients came from. So when you're eating these products every single day, you're getting this incredible nutrition. And so we've got the macro and the micro. The micronutrition was what we were looking at with the Juice Plus, those fruits and veg, right? That's like the oil under your hood. The Juice Plus Complete is the macro. That's like the gasoline that goes in your gas tank. That's what's going to make you get from A to B. If you want to go out and run a marathon, you're going to need, some gasoline in your tank, and you're going to want the best kind of gasoline. If you had a Ferrari, You wouldn't be putting the cheapest gasoline, the junk stuff in your body. And yet we have Ferraris for our bodies, don't we? But yet so many of us think that we can fuel our bodies with a soda, a candy bar, and maybe some Cheetos sitting on the couch. So the Juice Plus Complete, it's all vegan, non-GMO. That means non-genetically modified. It's an incredible blend of protein and all the good stuff that you really need. And another thing I love about our products, you guys, is that they're safe for people of all ages. So you can have babies, you can have women that are pregnant, in fact, eating Juice Plus and using the Complete. You can have cancer patients. You can have people that are on all kinds of medications because our products are food and they have a nutrition label on them. So they're really safe. So the next product that we have is the Tower Garden, an aeroponic growing system. I don't know how many of you guys are gardeners. I never have considered myself a gardener, but now I am pretty proud of myself, I've got to say, because I can make a tower garden grow. It's so easy that I thought, well, I'll give this a go. And you can see our lovely Vanna there is Kim Trylovich, who we're going to actually hear from in just a second. And this is her tower, and this is her, picking stuff off of it to make a beautiful salad, or what is that, Swiss chard or something. I guess maybe you sauteed that. You can tell us about that. But you guys, this is so amazing. This is the future right here. It grows 30% more and 3 times faster. And it uses, I think I'm told, less than $10 in electricity a year to run it. And the way it funnels the water up through the tower, and it's an aeroponic growing system. So it's not even, there's no dirt in it. And Michele loves the fact that there's no snakes. I know that's what attracted her. I love the fact that there's no weeding, that I actually could make things grow. And it tasted good. And my kids would go out there and pick stuff off of it too. It was really fun because kids that grow their own food actually eat more fruits and veg. So anyway, that's just it right there. That's what we have. We also have some complete bars, which are somewhat similar to the complete shakes, only they're in a bar for just a really quick on the go. I keep them in my car, in my purse. So if I'm really hungry, I won't make bad choices. I'll make better choices. And on that note, be sure to ask whoever invited you onto this call about our incredible Shred 10 program, which is really, it's not about weight loss, although it tends to work like that for a lot of people. It's more about shredding bad habits, replacing them with better habits, and developing that awareness for a lifestyle. So I heard about Juice Plus, you guys, about 13 years ago now. But my story really started about 20 years ago when a girlfriend of mine lost her 3-year-old to cancer. And I, of course, like anybody, that was just devastating. And when I had my children, they were about 6 and 7 at the time I heard about Juice Plus. We were actually pretty healthy. But remember, I had lost, my friend had lost her daughter, and I had this secret fear that it was just totally random, that, it was just like Russian roulette if one of my kids would get cancer. And I was really worried about that. So I was always trying to think, what could I do to help them? And the more I learned about the power of fruits and veg at preventing disease, the more excited I got when I heard about Juice Plus, because although I knew it wouldn't guarantee that they could never have any kind of an illness happen, I looked at it like when they got on their bike or their skateboard. And if anybody's got young boys, you know what I'm talking about, right? We should just put them in a helmet and as they go through life, because they're always falling and hurting themselves. But I knew that helmet wouldn't guarantee that they couldn't get hurt, but I knew it would minimize risk. And so for me, I saw Juice Plus the same way. Like I said, we were really healthy, but what I noticed is all those years, my kids growing up, they're now 19 and 20, a freshman and a sophomore in college. They weren't on antibiotics. They were so healthy. Their skin, even through adolescence, stayed really, really nice. For me, I had plenty of energy, slept well, was regular, all of those things, right? But I had seasonal allergies. Never thought for 1 second Juice Plus would touch that. I thought, once again, if you got them, you got them. That's just what it is. About a year into taking Juice Plus, people around me were sneezing, their eyes were running, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can breathe. And seriously, it's been well over 10 years since I've taken a prescription or over-counter med for allergies. And I'm, of course, that many years older. So if anything, my immune system should be declining, right? And what has happened is my immune system is actually strengthened. So it's been just amazing. You just can't learn about these types of things and have these kinds of results and have a friend that talks about how sick they are, their kids, or somebody got cancer, and not say, oh my gosh, you want to take a look at this Juice Plus stuff that we've been taking. And that's really how my entree into our business even started. I had no intention of ever becoming a rep friends in my family. And the more I learned about Juice Plus, the more I knew that I needed to share it. And that's just really kind of what happened very organically. Can you guys hear me?
You're breaking up a teeny bit, but
yeah, it's saying my internet connection's unstable, but oh well, I don't know what I can do about that. So anyway, that's a really great segue, because I just really wanted to share with you a little bit about my story and what happened for our family. And I'm just really grateful that Juice Plus crossed our path. And I'm really excited to have our next speaker that's going to share her story with us. And that is somebody that was a friend of mine before she became a customer, but has become such a dear, dear friend. And Kim Trylovich, I am just excited. You're the one that we saw in the little video there with the Tower Garden, and now we have you here live with us.
Yeah, you can see the tower right behind me.
Yeah.
My office for the winter. But thanks, Michelle. Our family, we started taking Juice Plus about 9 years ago. And at the time, I was commuting back and forth from the Bay Area. And I was, juggling 3 kids and sports, my own workout schedule. And to be honest, I was just flat out exhausted. And one day I was over at the gym and I ran into Michelle, and it was to the point where I was forcing myself through my workouts because I was so exhausted, and I just could not figure out why my energy level was so low. But that was the day she told me about Juice Plus, and it immediately clicked to me that not only did I need Juice Plus, but our entire family needed it, because Danitza, my daughter in the upper corner, all our kids were elite athletes, and it just dawned on me we were not getting enough fruit and veg in our diet. And we were the kind of family that every night we were running from one practice to the next, and we were trying to fuel the kids in between, right before, anything we could get down their bodies, but we were not paying attention to how we were fueling them. And we were expecting them to perform like elite athletes. It just all clicked in my head at once. And balanced meals during our work week was just not happening. So I told Michelle the next day I wanted to meet with her, and I signed up our entire family. Dawn and I got on the capsules, and we put all of the kids on the Children's Health Study. And we actually got my father-in-law on as well so that we could sponsor all 3 kids for free. And we ordered shakes, and I think at the time there weren't bars, but there was something else that we ordered along with it, like these thins that they used to have. But we ordered those, and then I decided that I would go ahead and become a rep just to get the best price break because of all the amount of stuff I was ordering. But I told Michelle, there is no way I'm doing this business on top of everything else I'm doing. And she's like, that's cool. You don't have to do the business. Just get your best price and go with it that way. So it was probably not even a few weeks into eating Juice Plus, and my energy level just skyrocketed. I couldn't believe it. I just thought, what's happening? And I had more energy in my workouts. I was sleeping better. I was looking better. I was feeling better. And of course, everybody starts asking me what I'm doing. So the next thing I know, I'm sharing Juice Plus with everybody I know, just like I do a book or a movie or whatever. And then one thing leads to another, and I'm adding customers and friends. And before you know it, I have a business. And it just kept going and going and going. And by the first year, I'm noticing, wow, my paycheck is paying for the girls' tennis academy. And then, another year in, and I'm thinking, okay, well, now my check is paying for all the tennis travel and, our other family travel that we were doing. And then a couple years in, it was becoming a significant paycheck. And that was a really good thing, because at that point, my company over in the Bay Area that I was commuting to, they decided that it would be a great idea for me to become an independent contractor. But the problem with this is that meant no bonuses, no vacation pay, and no benefits. And really the only reason I was still hanging on to that job, commuting back and forth, was for the benefits. So at that point, the good news was, I had been building this Juice Plus business on the side, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I have options here. And I talked to my husband, and I'm like, my paycheck now, it's surpassed one of my bi-monthly checks. I could probably really build this business and, overcome my other paychecks. So he agreed, and we decided that I would step out of my day job, which shocked my employer because they had no idea. They had no idea I had been building this business, and they thought I would just, whatever they asked me to do, I would do. So I gave notice and stepped out, and I just started building our Juice Plus business. And I've always had this huge interest in the connection between nutrition and disease. But it was over the past few years, it's really become personal and real for my husband and I. Don and I have lost 10 friends between the age of 47 and 55 in about 3.5 years to heart disease and cancer. And most recently, I lost my younger sister at the age of 51. And I can tell you, taking care of my sister while she was trying to fight cancer was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. And I told myself I wasn't going to break down, but it was just the worst experience of my life. It was really the hardest thing I've ever done. And all I kept thinking is there's just really something wrong with this world if we're losing this many people and, friends and family at such a young age. Their food supply is toxic. The world is toxic. The only key is prevention, and nobody eats enough fruit and veg. And it's just, nobody does. So like Michele, I look at Juice Plus as a safety belt for our family. And I will share it with everybody I possibly can. And our family will eat Juice Plus every day forever. And I will share it every day forever. And it just becomes more and more passionate to me, especially after what I've been through over the last year. And I would tell anybody that was considering telling somebody about Juice Plus to not hesitate, because you just really never know what diagnosis is around the corner for anybody. And if you hold back and you don't tell somebody about it, you just, you're just saying no for them, and it's a disservice to them. So just share it with everybody.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you speaking about that. I know that's a really, really tough topic, especially not being that long ago. And I think that's why all of us on this call are so passionate about what we do, because we really do have a heart for wanting to help people. And I know that's your heart. And I know that your husband also had some really positive health outcomes just from not making any other changes initially, but the Juice Plus, and that it led to other changes for him. And I always get a kick out of it because he calls those little fruity pills originally, right? But
he was the stubborn one who wouldn't take Juice Plus.
Yeah. And now he's over that for sure. But so thank you for sharing. And I thought it would be fun if you introduced our next speaker.
Our next speaker is my daughter, Danitza, who was one of those elite athletes her whole life. And now she has, started and works the Juice Plus business with me. It's amazing. It's just wonderful.
Hello. Okay, so I totally thought I would hold it together, but if you know me, every time my mom cries, then I just lose it. So thanks for that. But yeah, as she said, she started our whole family on Juice Plus 9 years ago. I always just say I've been taking it almost for 10 years now, because I think I started at 16 and I'm 26. I actually really only took it because she forced us to. And I was kind of like team dad. I was like, Dad doesn't take it, I don't need to take it. And I really hated pills. Like, that was my thing. I just hated having to actually swallow them. But I took it all the way through high school just because it was there on the counter. And if we didn't, then it was there on the counter when we got home. And then it was there by our dinner plate until it was taken. It was like really in our face. So I took it only because I was told to, but I really never understood like kind of what it was doing for me until I went to college and took the bottles with me and didn't take them anymore. And then living in the dorms was a nightmare. And not only did I eat so horribly, but I was sick probably 6 months straight. And then I remember calling my mom and I was like, I'm so tired of being sick. And it's the dorms and the food. And she's like, well, have you been taking your Juice Plus? And I'm like on the phone, like, is she serious? You know, I'm like, I cannot believe that is her solution to this, you know? And I was so frustrated. But I'm like, yeah, I've been taking it. And so finally I found my bottles and I'm like, I'm just going to take it, you know, and see if it really makes a difference. And like in a month, everything turned around. And then I was the only one not sick in my dorms for the rest of the year. So I was like, at that point, it was like proven to me, but I think something had to prove it to me outside of my parents, like telling me I needed to take it. So from that point forward, then I took it. And then I started dating my husband now, Steven, the next year. And I was like, you need to be on Juice Plus. And then I went through that whole cycle with him. He's like, I'm not sick just because I'm not on Juice Plus. And I'm like, I've heard this before, and it is because of Juice Plus, you know. Anyway, so I was like, I'm getting a taste of my own medicine. But, and really, I have been on the product since, so I really was only off it in those 10 years. I've only been off the product for maybe 6 months. And I always thought, other than just having that little time frame of being sick, I just felt like I don't really have a health story. But then the more I hear about people having this sickness or that sickness or this disease or dealing with, you know, autoimmune or all kinds of things that we hear about in this business, I kind of started thinking I almost have the best health story there is, because I've never had to deal with a serious health issue my whole life. I don't even remember, I mean, unless when I was younger, I was on some kind of antibiotic. I don't remember ever taking an antibiotic. And it was to the point where I never went to the doctor. And when I just recently got pregnant, they're like, who's your primary care physician? And I didn't even know who to say because I don't go to the doctor, and I didn't know who to write down because I don't have one. And me and my husband both don't really have an established primary care. I don't know if that's like something to be proud of, but we just never need one, you know, and we never have any serious issues. Basically, his allergies have even gone almost completely away. So we just never really have much reason to go to the doctor. So I'm just thankful because I grew up eating awful foods. I lived on bean and cheese burritos and spaghetti and any other carb I could find, and somehow remained extremely healthy. So I've kind of attributed that to Juice Plus because it's the only greens I got for probably the first 5 years taking them. Now I'm a salad eater, which I'm very proud of. And then as for joining the business, that was something that took me a long time to kind of come around to as well. And my mom introduced me to the business when I was 18, and I was not having it at all, just no interest whatsoever. I think part of the problem was I would try and mention it to a friend in the dorm, and they were like so concerned with buying alcohol over their health that I just kind of gave up really quickly and just thought this wasn't for me. And then after graduating, I started work the day after my graduation ceremony. I basically had like no fun time in between and went straight to a 9-to-5. And about 2 years into working my desk job, I thought, oh my gosh, I cannot do this forever. I thought it was fun. It's not fun anymore. So I actually called my mom and I was like, okay, I need something else. Like, I don't want to work at the restaurant anymore. I'm working so many hours. And she told me to give the business another look. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a look. It's only $50 a year. You know, what do I have to lose? So I ended up signing up for the business and just kind of like not even having a clue what I was doing. I just went full board. And within the first 6 months, my paycheck actually matched the paycheck that I was making at my 9-to-5 job. And that was like hugely eye-opening. I was having like the best time working my business. I was having so much fun, and it was all of a sudden this huge income that I never expected. So I have been full board ever since. And then just this last month, I got to quit my 9-to-5 job and go full time into my Juice Plus business, which I'm so excited about because we have a baby coming in June, and I'm going to get to be home and have my little baby girl, and then work this business, you know, as I can and during my time, and I'm just so happy about it.
Thank you. That's the biggest smile on my face. I feel like I've watched it grow up.
You're vibrating a little.
I'm hearing it. Echo. Oh, you got a technology. Let me try this. Sorry, guys.
I actually don't hear the echo on my end, but
I'm hearing it.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm still hearing it. Oh, great. Nothing like hearing yourself. But it's not annoying to you guys?
I can't hear it.
All right. Well, I'll just.
You guys can hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys can hear me twice? Oh, no. Anyway. You know what, Michaela? I may have you take over if I'm. Are you echoing?
I don't think I am. Echoing? No. Okay.
Michelle, talk. Yeah. Say
You know
something.
what? Okay. All right. Maybe I'm not now. Okay. Maybe it went away.
Good.
All right. So anyway, I was just saying, look how much happens in 10 years. Look at this beautiful Danitza in front of us that is 26. She's pregnant, and which 10 years ago she was 16, and basically just this, you know, young girl, and so much happens in that time. And you know, the thing too, I know, is that you came out of college and got your dream job. You were living the dream. And then you realized, like you said, well, hey, this is like this 9-to-5 thing. I'm not loving this. And I know it was always your goal to be able to create income so you could stay home and raise your kids. You really wanted to do that. And so for you to just be a few months into your pregnancy and be able to walk away from your full-time job is, for me, another reason why I'm so excited that I said yes to this so many years ago, because who knows, you might just still be stuck in that 9-to-5. Maybe you would have heard about this through somebody else, but I'm really excited that I could have been just the smallest part of that, you know. And the same thing, you know, with you, Kim, it's just a whole other element of why this is fun. That being said, you heard 3 of us here speak about how we all, you know, were kind of resistant to the business. And I think it's so important to know something about the company behind Juice Plus, because I think that really also drives home the value of how incredible the product is, because the company is so amazing. So just want to share a little bit about the company. And as we move into this, though, I would love to address that elephant in the room. And Kim, you know, if you could talk about that thing that I know a lot of us all had this perception of that we call a pyramid, right?
Yeah, I think even each of us had a little bit of an element of that, but I do find in this business that sometimes people say to me, oh, isn't that one of those things? Or they say, you know, they actually use the word pyramid scheme, but, you know, pyramid schemes are illegal, for one, and 2, Juice Plus has been around for 23 years. So I think if they were a pyramid scheme, somebody would have figured it out in the last 23 years. And, you know, I don't think so. But really, more than anything, when I look at that, to me, the Juice Plus business is the opposite of a pyramid scheme. What was a pyramid scheme, you know, which looks like this, was my job in corporate America. Because at the top of my office was the CEO, then the VP, then middle management, then lower management, and then the employees. And in one of my businesses, I worked there for 23 years, and I got into upper management, but there was absolutely no hope of me ever hitting CEO or a VP. There just wasn't. And first of all, you know, as a woman, I wasn't going to get any higher than upper management. I can tell you that much. Now, the Juice Plus business, how do I do this? It's more like this. It's the upside down pyramid, or like this. So when you enter the Juice Plus business, everybody is the same. You all enter the Juice Plus business as a distributor, but everybody has the same exact capability and opportunity to get to the top. And there can be as many national marketing directors as reach national marketing director. And through the process, people, as you're working your way through to the top, people are helping you and lifting you up versus competing against you for that top position. They are pushing you to that position and, locking arms with you to get to that position. So when people say that to me, I actually love that when they ask me that, because, to me, the Juice Plus business is the opposite of a pyramid.
Yeah, you and I both come from a corporate background, and that was truly more of the traditional pyramid, as we thought about it. So that was a great explanation. Thank you. And, one of the other things that I think I alluded to in the beginning that we love so much about our business is, even though we're self-employed, with all the great tax benefits of being self-employed, we're not like an island. We have this incredible community. Like Kim said, you've got this team of people that want to see you succeed. And we actually have such a great time to be involved with our community and even attend some of our conferences. And I would love you to give us your perspective on a little bit of what that community has meant to you.
So I actually was thinking about this a lot, because I was thinking we all kind of come into this business or just the community in general because we love the product. But I think like the main reason we all stay forever is because of the community. We just are such a family. And not only have I been able to bring some of my best friends in that I've known, since high school, long before the business was even an idea to me, I've gotten to bring them into the business. But then this business has introduced me to some of my closest friends that I have now that I would have never known if it wasn't for this company. And it's so amazing because I have best friends that are all over the country. And I'm like, just to think that I would never have known them if it weren't for what this community has done is so crazy to me. And now it's somebody that I would talk to every single day. And if I don't hear from them, it's so weird. So really, all the events and everything that we do, we look forward to them so much. We count down the days till our conference. We count down the days till our regionals, because we know that we're going to get to see all these people that we love so much. And that have just become such family to us that it's almost indescribable to somebody who hasn't experienced it. I know we always tell people you just have to go, because it's such a feeling of I don't want to say community, but it's such a feeling of just being with all these people that are so supportive and so loving and so caring. They would any one of them would take off their jacket for you. And, but I was also thinking, not only is the business community so wonderful, but so are our customers. And as I was looking at the accountability group that we just had in January, and I was thinking about how much I loved it and how such a huge group of people, customers and our team, came together and supported each other, that's so rare now. And after working in a regular job and the drama that we deal with, I used to say that I'd rather just be friends with guys because of girl drama. And then this business, I'm surrounded by an incredible amount of women, and there's none. And that's so amazing to me too. So I just think the community I've never ever been a part of a community, anything like this. And I think it's some reason that nobody ever leaves, because we just all feel so, taken care of and supported.
Yeah, it's the relationships are everything, right? I mean, I can't say it better than what you did. That was awesome. And as I wrap us up tonight, I know Danitza said, she got $50. What the heck? And so that's what I wanted to share with you, is what your $50 buys you. And although there's no minimums, there's no quotas, and all of these things, I shared with you guys that I wasn't looking for a business, but what ended up happening was similar to what happened with Kim. I had a business without even knowing it that started, and it allowed me to become a national marketing director with this company, which more than replaced my corporate income. But bigger than that, because money's not everything, right? It just provides options. And it gave me the option to be at home with my boys, to be on all the field trips, to be the one that got to take them and check them into college and do the shopping and be on the Mexico mission trips for a week when other parents couldn't get off of work. And I am so grateful because that time I could never replace. And so to see young moms like Danitza and a lot of the people on our team, that these young families be able to stay and be really invested in their kids is such a huge blessing. But the other thing that's so incredible is our business really has the best elements of corporate America, in that as a national marketing director, I have a full $60,000, $70,000 corporate benefits package. And as I've been talking, I'm sure most of you have read what they all are. There's really nothing that isn't here. In fact, I even have college tuition reimbursement for my 2 kids. I want to go back and take any courses. I can get reimbursed even for myself or my husband. So holiday bonus, I mean, all these things, it's just really such an amazing company. And the way the $50 works is, I love this little graphic because it really shows the simplicity of our business. In the course of the first 30 to 60 days, we're seeing a lot of people come in and do this. You can see this little house up here with somebody's first order. They go ahead, oh, thank you for that, and they share it maybe with their mom and their sister. And what that's going to do is that's going to promote them to our first commission level, which is a 6%. They're going to earn a couple $100. They're going to earn a little over $100 in a bonus and the other $100 in retail sales profit. And I'm sure all of you on the phone can think of a few of your friends that would also love to make, $300 to $500. And although I said, you can certainly replace a full-time income, make a 6-7 figure income, I think what we find is that a lot of people come in, even like I did, just really only thinking, another $500 a month would be awesome. So this is really how we do that. You probably have a few people that would love to do that. And so let's say your buddy here does the same thing you just did. They share it maybe with their mom and their brother. Now they got the first promotion to what we call the HLP, and they earn a couple $100. Between you and your friend, or if you have another friend that does the same thing, between all of you, you fill up these 12 houses. A lot of people do this in 30 days, but you have up to 60 days to get that done. And that puts you at our 14% commission level, our second commission level. It's permanent. There's no quotas. I think that's something that really sets us apart from everybody else. And now the company is going to pay you a $250 bonus in addition to the retail sales profit and commissions. And the thing that is so remarkable is that now you've given yourself a 60% raise. When's the last time any of you guys got a 60% raise? So if you can move on to the next slide for me. Okay. I just want to give you just a real quick overview and really wrap this up. So you can see it's kind of like a stair step. Everybody starts as a dealer paying their $50. You can see here the $100 bonus, then the $250 bonus. You help a couple of your buddies do what you just did, getting to our second commission level, which we call the virtual franchisee. And now you're at our top commission level. Most people do this within 4 to 6 months. Some people do it more quickly. I don't want to put any limits on anybody, but needless to say, in this big green box here, you can see what happens is the bonuses that you earn. As you help your friends do what you just did, the company's also going to pay you a $250 bonus when they pay them a $250 bonus. So in this scenario, you help 3 people do that. That's $750. Then you get a bonus for getting to the third level. You get a couple free conference tickets for reaching these levels. And that is just the bonus income, you guys, of about $1,800. And that's really more on the minimum side. I'm really trying to under promise here and over deliver. All right. So you can see that does not include the retail sales profit and commissions. And once again, if you go through this process and you develop a customer base of 25 to 40 people, that's where you're going to see that consistent residual income of $500, $700 a month. So Wrapping this up, you can see all the institutions, the research, which was the most important thing to me, to know what was really going to happen in everybody's body that took Juice Plus. The longevity of the company, I've already talked about the quality. I've talked about the simplicity, the fact that it has a nutrition facts label, and here in California, we don't even pay tax on our Juice Plus. The authenticity, not only of the company, but the community, just that one team, one mission. It's just been a huge, huge blessing to be able to be involved with this company and to be on this call with you guys tonight. And thank you guys. I know we ran a little over. I was hearing myself in the technology. And thank you, Kim and Danitza, for coming on and sharing. I really appreciate it. And have a good night. You can stop that.